and it is your Liverpool second preseason game review. It finished Liverpool 1, Wrexham 0 from Rio Ngumoha's second half deflected shots to win the game for Liverpool. So there are a few observations that we saw in the game that I like to talk about. So don't forget, subscribe if you are new here. Also hit the like button. Don't forget to share the video if you can, and also comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. So let's get into it. This game was a bit more cagey, more closer than the Sunderland game. I think in the Sunderland game, Liverpool were a bit too open, and whenever we lost the ball, the counter press wasn't as swift, it wasn't as organized, so Sunderland were able to play through. I must also say that Wrexham is a very good team on the ball. They are a very good team that is able to keep the ball. They can pass through the lines. They can try to bypass your press. They don't just hit the ball long and hope for the best. They are a football playing side. In addition to that, they are very organized. They stay in their shape. Whenever Liverpool win the ball back in our own half, they don't try to press. They all come back to the halfway line, try to make it very, very compact. And it is difficult to play through them. So I think that contributed to us not seeing a lot of goals in this game. Wrexham were very, very compact. But what I enjoyed most about this game was the fact that Liverpool were also very, very organized when it came to counter pressing. Whenever we lost the ball, I think it was much, much better than the Sunderland game. We are seeing some improvement when it comes to the collective. The manager spoke about that as well. He said he was happy with the collective display, players helping each other in the press. And that is also something that we can highlight compared to what we saw last season. The pressing was a bit disorganized. You saw that players were jumping individually to go and press without any support from the rest of the team. And that was a very, very big problem because we were getting played through very, very easily. We weren't winning the ball high up the field as often as we wanted to. But I think this time we are seeing some improvements. So when it comes to the starting 11, we didn't see a lot of regular starters for Liverpool in the starting 11. I think we had only Szoboszlai and maybe who else? I think it was only Szoboszlai. The rest were guys from the academy. In defense, we had Ndukwe and so I think there was a change in the centre back. I think it was Luke Chambers who came in for the guy who started, Ndiaye, who started in our first game against Sunderland. And he was quite decent, Luke Chambers. He's a left-footed centre back, and I think he can also play as the left back. We also saw Harvey Elliott in the 10. In the first half, he created a goal-scoring opportunity that Josh Abe couldn't put away, surprisingly. I think there was a chance that you would expect a Liverpool player to be able to finish, but that is all well and good. The most important thing is that we're able to create a few openings in that first half without giving Wrexham much to do or much opportunities. They had a few. There was a 1v1 situation with Georgi Mamadashvili where he was able to just catch the ball. I think he came out very quickly. Also something that I spoke about last season about Mamadashvili and his ability to step out of his line or to step off his line and time it very, very well. I think this time we saw that he got out of his post very quickly to close the angle and he was able to save that. I think there was another 1v1 situation like that. It was from a long ball from Wrexham that he was also able to deal with in that first half alone. So we gave them a few opportunities, and I think those opportunities came from long balls. So they tried to bypass the press by playing the ball long. We saw Rio Ngumoha come on in the second half of the game, but he came on the right. So is that an indication that he is going to be an option on the right hand side for Liverpool going into the season. But I think that depends on whether we sign someone in this in the remaining of the summer or not. If we sign a winger in the summer, then maybe he would be stuck on the left hand side like he's been playing since last season. But I think he's a genuine option on the right hand side. I think there are certain games, even if we sign a starting winger on the right hand side for Liverpool, I think there are certain situations, certain games where the manager can put him on that right hand side. So that was good to see, even though I think he had a bit of a struggle when it came to trying to dribble and create space or put in a cross or shoot. He wasn't able to do that very well because Wrexham were tripling up on him. At the very least, he had two players on him trying to block the spaces and the dribbling lanes. So also it looked quite awkward for him on the right hand side trying to dribble because on the left hand side usually he would dribble inside and try to give a curler or give a finesse shot in a good angle. But on the right hand side, it's quite difficult for him. He would have to, if he tries to go on the outside, his only option would be to cross the ball or do a cutback. So when he decides to cut into, he's going to be cutting in onto his weaker foot. So I think he was caught in a bit of two minds at times in this particular game when he tried to go past players. In addition to the fact that they were trying to double up on him quite aggressively. So I think that is something that we saw in the game. Also, I think it is important that I mention Dominic Szoboszlai because he was very visible in this game. His energy, his ability to arrive in the tackle, to get to the player with the ball quickest was quite exceptional to watch. Also, when Liverpool won the ball back, I think something that I need to highlight here, and it is quite telling in this preseason when we compare that to last season is the fact that when we win the ball back deep in our area, we don't hesitate to go forward. We don't try to pass the ball around or slow the game down. Immediately we win the ball back, it is quick transition. And I think we even scored from a similar situation. The Rio Ngumoha deflected goal came from Liverpool winning the ball back somewhere around the defensive third, quick pass into Rio Ngumoha, who carried the ball and then had the shot. So even though we are a pressing team that wants to counter press as early as possible immediately after losing the ball, I think this team is going to score a lot of goals from transitions. And of course, counter pressing is a transition. If you win the ball from counter pressing, it's a transition movement, right? So we will be scoring goals from that by winning the ball up high the field. But I also do think that when we win the ball even deep in our area, we won't hesitate or we won't slow the game down and allow the opponent to recover and bring bodies back. We are going to attack straight away and make sure that the opponent doesn't have enough time to recover from their attacking position. So I think that is very good. We saw Szoboszlai go on about 2 or 3 drives, especially in the first half. He took the ball in our defensive third and he just decided to run with the ball and he kept running. And I think that is very important in Liverpool's game because last season we struggled to score at times because we didn't take advantage of those transition moments as often as we would have wanted to or we should have. So that is also one problem. Now, another youngster that I would like to talk about, the manager, Andoni Raiola, also spoke about him. And I think it is important that we highlight the contribution of Trey Inyoni and the way he's been playing so far this preseason. He's been excellent in both games. And I have no doubt that he's a player that needs more opportunities this coming season. He needs to be given more opportunities. He needs to play more. He needs to be trusted. For me, I think he's ready to play even in the Premier League games. if not the Champions League games. I think for some of the Premier League games that we play at home, especially we have the home support. If it is against a team that we are expected to beat, I think he can start. He can also come from the bench and try to give Gravenberg or the other starting regular starters some rest. So he did very well in this particular game, just like he did in the Sunderland game as well. Very confident on the ball, always looking to receive the ball and always looking to give a forward pass. So he was quite excellent today. He played as a 6 today with Soboslai and Harvey Elliott playing as the 8 and then the number 10s. And he did an excellent job. I think he was taken off later on in the second half for Soboslai to play in that 6, and other players were brought on. So this is what the manager had to say about Trey Nyoni after the game. He said Trey is very good on the ball, very calm. He reads the situations well. We are forcing him in the work without the ball. So they are trying to improve his game when it comes to pressing without the ball. And he is absolutely doing very well. I think the timings of the jumps are very good. He's always confident on the ball. So we encourage him. Sometimes, even if he loses the ball, try to find the number 10, try to find the number 9, even balls in behind. Look a little bit further because he can do it, because he's so good. So here the manager is trying to say that they are encouraging him to play forward passes basically at every opportunity. And that is not surprising because I think throughout the team we are seeing that the entire team plays forward quite quickly. They don't waste time at all giving back passes or trying to control the game and draw the opponent out. Immediately we receive the ball, we try to play forward. And I think it is the same for Trey Nyoni as well. And it's very important that the manager is stressing on this about Trey Nyoni, because for as a number 6, it is your responsibility to begin the attacking transition. So when we win the ball, you receive the ball, you try your job is to try and get the ball into the number 10 and the number 9 as quickly as possible, rather than looking for lateral or square passes or giving a back pass. So I think that is very good. I'm sure when the regular starters come in with the likes of Gravenberg, they will also be expected to do the same thing. The manager also said that more is expected from Trey Nyoni. He said that at the end, he's a midfielder who, I always say, you have to act for the ball, sometimes with pressure. So even when you're under pressure, and he doesn't feel the pressure. So even if there are opponent players around him, he still has enough confidence to try and ask for the ball, to try and affect the game. He goes on to say that even when he has one opponent quite close, he asks for that ball and he's confident. He doesn't rush. For me, that is very valuable. So I think Trey Nyoni's qualities are there for everyone to see, and hopefully, Andoni Raiola would have the right environment. There will be the right opportunities for him to give Trey Nyoni some opportunities to play this coming season. So it was a good watch. It wasn't as entertaining. It wasn't as back and forth as the Sunderland game. We didn't see as many goals, but there were signs that were encouraging in this game. There were things that we saw that I think we can expect to see more in our coming games. So good win and good exercise. Our next game is against Leeds United, and it is on Sunday, August the 1st, or is it the 2nd? I think it's one or the other. So I'll catch you after that game as well with my review, and I'll see you later. You never walk alone. See you.